Okay, I will speak in English. It's easier for me, so. And I will try to limit myself to 10 minutes. 10 minutes? 8 minutes? 9 minutes? Okay. Okay. It's okay. I think 10 minutes will be enough. I will start with some words on how the books are chosen for Maktabat Al-Fanoos. A professional committee reviews a large number of books and selects 16 books, 8 to 3-4 years old and 8 to 5-6 years old, that meet certain standards. And I'm happy today that we have with us two of the members of the committee. Manar is the head of Early Childhood Education Department in Al-Sakhnin College, and Arij also in Bidayat Center for Developing Early Childhood Education in the Arab Society. We also have on board, we have a person who's a librarian from Baqa, a very active librarian, and another person who's a specialist in children's literature, and another member who's a KG teacher, because we needed, it's very important that we have somebody who works in the field and the voice of the teacher. I will address a number of challenges in choosing books for Maktabat Al-Fanoos. The first one relates to the concept adaptive or transformative children's literature that has 3 manifestations. The first one, the books reach 75,000 homes, as Fatma said. As opposed to parents buying books that appeal to their mind and taste, the program's books in a way intrude on the families. The main target group, that is parents, is broad, immensely diverse, which make it very difficult to choose books that are safe. Books that appeal to majority are culturally and religiously sensitive and can communicate with different parenting styles in the Arab society. Although in recent years we notice a slow shift among young parents from authoritarian parenting styles to more permissive ones, we still notice the deep influence of some of the traditional parenting practices that control the child's behavior and activities and ask for obedience. So are we talking about adaptive children's literature that enhances values and attitudes towards children and childhood already exist in the cultural traditions? Or we're talking about a transformative one that can help examine and change? I think both, guided by the aim to facilitate through books and parents' suggestions at the end of every book, a culture of dialogue between the child and her parents around thoughts, feelings, values, and views. It is adaptive and transformative at the same time, in the sense of enhancing cultural heritage and traditions that empower the child, and this is very important, strengthen her sense of belonging to community, yet at the same time inviting parents to listen more to the child's voice, intrigue his imagination, respect and promote his learning abilities, challenge stereotypes, and relate more to his inner world. To give an example from one of this year's books for before, I'll just show you this book. This is a book called Who Licked the Ice Cream Cone? من لحس قرن البوذا, for 3-4 years old. And it's a book about trusting your own decisions. A witty girl wonders how best to devour her ice cream cone. She's presented with suggestions and input from imaginary creatures, of course, adults, are all too willing to help her out by eating a bit of the ice cream themselves. In the end, she learns that the best way to enjoy ice cream actually is your own way. The concept of adaptive and transformative children's literature also relates to social and religious values affected by the harsh political reality in our region. Children and parents are exposed daily to war violence through media or sometimes through personal family experiences. There's a rapid rise of sectorial, fanatic discourses in the Arab society, something that alerts the need to stress through children books humanistic values such as respecting and accepting the different other and celebrating diversity. And this is getting more and more difficult. Adaptive or transformative also relates to the common concept of children's literature, When reviewing modern literary work for children in Arabic, we notice that realistic fiction is the main genre. Less is fantasy fiction. Nonsense literature and poetry books are all but few. Al-Fanoos books aspires to present children and parents with a colorful range of literary genres. An example of a non-traditional fiction book that was distributed last year for 5-6 years old children was a book called Once There Was a Lady. كان في واحدة ست. The text is a dialogue. It's not fiction. It's a dialogue between adult and child that starts with a nonsense folkloric children's song about a lady who has 12 daughters. Through dialogue, a story is woven about each daughter. The feedback we got from the teacher wasn't very positive or enthusiastic. Partly, I think, there were different reasons, but partly, I think, because of the non-familiar type of text. Now, difficulty in dealing with the book implies the need also to support teachers with skills to mediate such texts to children. The second challenge relates to shortage of author. The number of books that are published annually in Arabic, in Israel in particular, and in the Arab world in general, is relatively small. Added to it is the drastic drop in publications from countries that were leading in children's books publications, such as Iraq and Syria, due to their political situation. And even books that are published in the Arab world, we can't get them here in Israel. For example, books from Lebanon. It's very difficult. According to recent statistics from the Arab Publisher Union 2013, the Arab world produces between 15,000 and 18,000 new titles per year, with print runs varying between 1,000 and 3,000 copies each, which is roughly the number of titles published yearly by Penguin Random House, for example. Only a small percentage are for children, and out of them a high percentage can be labeled as instructive, disciplinary literature. This shortage results in two constraints. One is having to favor books that don't fully respond to the standards determined by the book selection committee, and the other is taking refuge in translating books from Hebrew and English. This year, for example, we have 7 books in Arabic, and we have 9 books that are translated. Okay. Although translated book can enrich the child's world by exposing him, her, to other cultural contexts, still it remains an outsider text, both linguistically and visually. A lot of translation might also undermine the child's trust in Arabic literature as being able to convey messages that interest the child. The third challenge in choosing books relates to diglossia in Arabic language. Children books are written in literary Arabic that differs synthetically, lexically, grammatically, and phonologically from colloquial Arabic. For a child, the encounter with literary Arabic is like the one with foreign language. The primary linguistic skills in literary Arabic that a 3-4-year-old child has often fail to accommodate the contents of the book relevant to his, her interests and developmental needs. Although in recent years, exposure to TV Arabic children's programs, broadcasting in literary Arabic, have helped the children to understand and use literary vocabulary and forms in everyday life, yet literary Arabic continues to be a challenge for the young child. One of the approaches to deal with this challenge, and this is another topic, is to use normative language that mediates between literary and colloquial Arabic. Challenges exist, so does the power and magic of children's books. Thank you.